Good evening, class of 2020. I'll begin by recounting my educational history. My path from early school through our graduation from high school here today has been admittedly troubled, and not just because I thought my first homework assignment being due on Thursday meant I needed to do it Thursday. Since my immune system isn't the best, I would periodically catch something, miss school, return, and then catch something new. Missing so much school compounded anxiety I had related to school and staying caught up. If I remember correctly, I missed close to half of the school year in 6th grade and didn't very much enjoy the time I was there. Despite struggling sometimes to even make it to school, I entered and remained in the Lookout Mountain Gifted program. I did this because I was infatuated with my brother's path through school and wanted to emulate it myself. My performance was inconsistent, but in 8th grade, everything became clearer to me. I did better in school and even enjoyed being there each day. I remember realizing one day in geometry for the first time that I was actually beginning to see my school and my peers as a second home and family. It was a happy thought. Speaking of geometry, I was fortunate enough to be able to take it in Algebra 1 in middle school, so I was able to enter high school 2 years ahead in math. Around this time, I decided I wanted to prioritize academics and see how far I could get in the AP program. I knew at that point I wanted a doctorate degree in something and wanted to use higher education whatever I would do for a living. After middle school, I entered high school and felt the full blast of the honors and then AP workloads. I am also rather slow when doing just about anything, so finishing work on time was a challenge, and it still is actually. It's been more trouble than I would have even feared before entering high school, especially because I ended up taking classes my brother didn't. I'm serious. I am a decently stubborn person and enjoy completing tasks, so I wouldn't rest until my homework was done. That wasn't a good idea. I put myself at too high of a risk. I've spent probably close to 7 nights with no sleep at all in high school, and over 10 with going to bed past 3 a.m. Many more I at least spent working past 1 a.m., including when I first wrote the speech. I stayed up late trying as hard as I could to talk to you here today, and I chased the dream that freedom would follow the completion of my work. It didn't always. When I would wake up or at least stop working and get ready as if I had woken up, I would sometimes get a sensation I could only describe as my body rotting from the inside out. It really didn't help this year that I took a college class. I don't mean an AP class, I mean an actual online college course as an independent study hour. It was precisely the class I needed to get ahead with my major, though, and that major is electrical engineering at Arizona State University. I've always loved electronics, and the process of refining a concept until an idea is made into an object intrigues me. I'm also going into Barrett, the Honors College at ASU, because I want to keep pushing my academic limits. Although college classes are more difficult since they are contained entirely in semesters, rapid in pace, I do not anticipate the same workload and time spent toiling to seemingly no end as those in high school. I like to think that after everything I've been through, my time at the university will be spent in a balance between hard work and precious relaxation. Post-college, I plan to be an electrical engineer. To be honest, I haven't quite researched that far yet, but I know that I want to create something that will in some capacity help as many people as possible and leave a legacy. Leaving a legacy, though, is quite a commitment. To leave a positive legacy takes a level of determination and self-sacrifice one can only truly comprehend through experience. For example, this year, I forsook the balance I mentioned earlier in my attempt to earn the Eagle Scout rank, the highest rank in Scouts. To do this, I had to leave my own legacy through a service project that I planned and supervised. The end result was an evacuation path down the side of a hill for churchgoers to safely use in times of emergency. Although lasting and beneficial accomplishments may seem elusive, they are accessible to anyone. These grand works come at a cost, however. In doing something genuinely enduring and extensive, one might give up a part of them oneself if not careful. This lost piece of oneself can take innumerable forms, whether it is sleep, free time, or mental health. I abandoned my free time and took away focus from my schoolwork in order to get the Eagle rank and leave a legacy. Though effective, a sacrifice such as this isn't advisable. A better way is to seek a legacy without giving up balance altogether. Some sacrifice is required, but if you can think ahead, budget your time and resources well, and adhere to a schedule, you can leave a legacy of your own and still enjoy your time on Earth. Don't give up the ideal, but don't completely lose yourself in the process.
Perfect.
Okay.